So I have a lot in common with Brian Lawton. Not only were we both born in 1965, we were both born in New Brunswick. Okay, maybe not that much in common. I was born in the province of New Brunswick, and he was born in the beautiful community of New Brunswick, New Jersey. Now, Brian Lawton, born June 29th, 1965, came to heavy prominence in the early 1980s as the number one draft pick in the 1983 NHL Entry Draft. Now, he played in the pros NHL for about 10 seasons, but now he has spent time as an ice hockey player, agent, and GM. Now, during his tenure, he played for the Stars who drafted him, the Minnesota North Stars, New York Rangers, Hartford Whalers, Quebec Nordiques, Boston Bruins, and San Jose Sharks, and also spent time as Tampa Bay's general manager. Now, he was raised in Cumberland, Rhode Island, and that's where his major attention came from. He was considered one of the best high school hockey prospects to come out of Rhode Island in quite a number of years. At one point, he was averaging upwards of close to 3.5, 4 points a game. Now, with Mount Charles Academy in Rhode Island, he had 45 goals in his 82 campaign, including 43 assists. In 83, he notched 40 goals in 23 games. Now, in 83, his draft year, he also played for Team USA at the World Junior Hockey Championships, scoring 3 goals in 7 games. Now, according to statistics provided by the NHL, he was the first U.S.-born hockey player drafted first overall in the NHL draft. Now, he was also the first, and as of 2020, the only U.S. high school hockey player to be drafted first overall. Now, Lawton was ranked by the NHL Central Scouting Bureau as a top prospect for the entry draft. The Pat LaFontaine who was in the mix as well. Some people thought LaFontaine would be the better prospect, and it pretty well sure out to be. Now, he started the season with Minnesota in 1983, notching 10 goals and 21 assists for 31 points and no assists in a 5-game playoff run. 1985, he split time between Springfield and Minnesota, 11 points in 40 games in Minnesota. But he spent his next 3 years with Minnesota, and although the statistics got better, he never really hit the heights that a lot of people predicted for him. Now, LaFontaine decided to go with the U.S. program, but Lawton was encouraged to turn professional ahead of the 84 Olympics, and he did later play in the 84 Canada Cup, but Team USA missed his presence in Sarajevo, where with him there'd probably be a prospect for a medal for them. Now, he also played for Team USA at the 87 World Championships. Now, Lawton was only the third NHL player ever to wear number 98, which he chose during his rookie season, but changed it to number 8 after 2 seasons, owing to unwelcome comparisons to Wayne Gretzky's number 99. Now, Lawton did set a North Star franchise record for the fastest 2 goals by a rookie at 19 seconds in 83. Now, after 5 seasons with Minnesota, the Stars washed their hands of them, and they assigned him to their affiliate in Kalamazoo. When Lawton refused to report, the North Stars traded him to the Rangers in October of 88. Now, halfway through the 89 season, the Rangers traded him again to Hartford, and Lawton would go on to play in 8 different cities over the next 4 years in the NHL and the minor pro. And Lawton would later say that being moved around as often as he was a factor in his performance over the years and an aspect of the game that he never enjoyed. Now, when he retired as a player in 93, he did so after being traded to the Devils by San Jose. He never played with the Devils, but shortly after he started his own company, Lawton Sport and Financial right away. And at the time of the company's purchase by Octagon in 98, it represented 12 players in the NHL. Now, he represents some such key players as former teammate Mike Modano, Sergei Fedorov, and Ryan Malone. Now, Lawton became Octagon's managing director for hockey, helping Octagon expand their hockey clientele base and become the second largest hockey agency in the NHL. Now, when Lawton left Octagon in 2008 to pursue management opportunities in the NHL, which he pursued or thought of since a young player. He caught the attention of the then new Tampa Bay Lightning owners Len Barry and Oren Corliss by approaching them with a prepared 46-page proposal for how to improve the then last place team. Now, on June 25th, 2008, he was named Vice President of Hockey Operations, and while Jay Feaster remained in position of GM until resigning in July, it was Lawton, along with Colas and Barry, who were making the decisions. Now, Feaster himself indicated in his official announcement that Lawton had already been running the team with Colas and Barry. He was officially named as GM and Executive VP on October 2nd, 2008. Now, among the earliest moves Lawton made with the Tampa group was hiring Tom Curvers and Greg Malone to front office positions and acquiring and signing Gary Roberts and Ryan Malone, the later of whom is the son of Greg Malone and was also a client of Lawton's when he was an agent. Now, Lawton was dismissed as GM on April 12, 2010 and replaced on an interim basis by Tom Curvers, who was a Lawton hire, of course. Ultimately, Steve Yzerman was named as new GM, ironically enough, another former client of Lawton's. Now, his wife is also big in hockey as the CEO of sports tech agency Sports Digital. Now, Lawton is currently an on-air analyst for the NHL Network. So, final NHL totals: 483 games, 112 goals, 154 assists, 266 points, 11 games in the playoffs, 11, 1, and 2, and his only goal was in the Hartford 89 partial Stanley Cup run. World Junior Championships, 83, Canada Cup, 84, scored 5 goals that year, quite good. 87 World Championships, 336. Now, it's not me to say if he had a bomb of a career. He's done a lot in hockey, but all I know is that he shouldn't have turned pro at the age he was. He probably needed some university or Canadian college or even major junior seasoning. Now, he did play a factor in drawing a lot of fans to the Stars because, as you know, that the Stars were Stanley Cup contenders in the early 80s. They made it to the semifinal round by defeating Montreal in 1980 and later made the Stanley Cup Finals a few seasons later, and by the late 80s they're also back to Stanley Cup. So no negativity here. I think he wasn't really given a good chance in New York because I think with the right line mates he could do it, but seeing him play actually in a Nordiques uniform was kind of bizarre, ladies and gentlemen. I never thought Brian Lawton would ever play with the Battle of Quebec Nordiques. One player, you never know where a player is going to end up. So thanks for listening. Bye.